What an amazing story. 5 episodes of just true heartwarming bliss. So my question for you, first one, is where did the inspiration from this story come?
It really came out of this collective trauma of this pandemic. I think that we were home and we were sad and we were all missing each other. And I come from a big Latino family. My husband is Irish Catholic and the youngest of seven. And we just missed big events where lots of people were gathering and breaking bread and sharing gossip. And oh God, it really, the pain of that. And then that coupled with consistently Instagram feed full of trauma, especially amongst Black and Brown and Asian and queer communities. And all of that just felt so heavy that I think I craved something warm and lighthearted and that reminded me of my own humanity and the humanity of people I loved. And I was like, I think I want to do it. I love a rom-com and I love a Christmas rom-com. I love Love Actually, which if there was any inspiration, it was probably that. And I thought I'd love that, but with people like me, with people like the people I love. And maybe there's a way for us to do this. And so I approached Amazon in January of this year. And I said, I want to make something. And I think I want to do it through the lens of these holidays, centered on the siblings, on a brother and sister, but extending to their family and seeing how their family support is very important to who they are, to their identity, and exploring identity, but doing it through a familiar blanket, which is the rom-com. We all are familiar with what that feels like, but you've never seen it with faces that were these faces. If anything, they've been relegated to the sidekick. And now Mark and Delicato is the leading man that's falling in love and bringing somebody home. And what are my parents going to think of him? It felt like an evolution of societal conversation too. I feel like the 90s, growing up for me, there was one gay story and it was the very special episode and somebody comes out and it's traumatic. I feel like and then Will and Grace and Ellen and all of that, we've been able to evolve so that what happens after that? What is that happily ever after the coming out? Well, it's falling in love. It's bringing somebody home. It's seeing if the family responds to them. It's, what does it look like for a trans non-binary person in a family when everyone's fine with it? Grandma's fine. Now what? Right? Now what? And so this was the answer to the now what. And it was just so joyful. I've never written anything so fast. Amazon's never put anything into production as quickly. This cast came together so perfectly. And I just had the joy of my life making it. And now we're putting it out into the world. It's crazy. I'm so lucky.
What are you hoping fans get from it?
I hope they feel a hug, man. I hope they feel like, oh my God, this was rough. What a rough 2 year. Oh, I just get to sit in bliss and joy and laughter and people being nice to each other and being earnest and messy. These characters are messy and multifaceted and have good moments and bad moments and are sometimes a little extra and sometimes insecure. And we get to explore all of that, which was so rare. And so that really was the goal, is showing this imperfect story about different kinds of love, not just romantic love, but familial love, platonic love. What does that look like?
Well, I think, in all honesty, you created real characters that anyone and everyone can relate to. And I want to thank you for that. This was a huge, as I've said in every interview I've done today for the show, this is a comfort we needed this year. And I'm so excited for everyone to see it. And I'm really thankful that you took the time to speak with me today. I really enjoyed it. And I'm so excited for everyone to see it, because if they love it, I won't be surprised. They should love it as much as I did.